Razork has a Fnatic shirt? What happened?
Because important people gets the jersey first.
Okay. Well, I mean, they haven't seen your Sensao yet, if that's what you're saying, but sure.
Already getting flamed by my top laner.
Well, I really want to smash G2.
Razork, why do you hate poor people?
We just started like 5-0ing Vitality, right? I rolled swapped into mid lane and like out-space perks. Like, it was actually such a free win.
Hello, guys, and welcome. Good evening, everyone. How's it going? I'm Pete. I'm going to be hosting tonight's show, and we've got a really special one for you guys. It's a first look at our 2022 LEC roster. All right, so we're going to go straight into the first guest that we have on tonight. It's our team director, Dardo lol, Javi, Mr. La Formula himself. How's it going, Javi?
Not too bad. Taking a bit of a break, finally.
For those of you who don't know, by the way, Javi is in charge of all the roster moves. He does all the negotiations and he puts the roster together. That's why we call it La Formula. Can you explain where this meme came from?
I mean, I really would like to know the guy who started it, because I don't know at this point who started it. I guess some optimistic guy that was looking at my weird decisions and was saying, like, there has to be a master plan behind this, no? Like, sending Reckless to G2 has to be to destroy them internally, I guess, or sending Selfmade to Vitality has to be planning already on destroying them for 2022 and stuff like that. And then they started to see that the pieces were somehow like working, and then they were like, this guy has something inside his head that no one else has, no? And that is La Formula for sure. And there we are. Long life La Formula.
Long live La Formula. We actually have a question from Twitter user FNC Burger Kangra Burger. Is La Formula going to be completed this year? Is this the final form?
Actually, what I have to say is that I've been 2 years now in Fnatic. That is 4 splits. And I have been in 3 LEC finals already. I think this third year is the one. I don't know how you say that in English. Like in the third year, it's where things happen. Like we say something like that in Spanish. But at the third attempt is when things works. No, like so. I guess this year, at least, I have the feeling that everyone is hyped around the team and that we are entering into the season as one of the favorite teams, if not the most favorite one.
So Humanoid, so he was our very last signing for this off season. I understand that there were some difficulties around his signing and his contract with Mad Lions and whatnot, and from my perspective, it was one of the things that really delayed our announcement. Like, we wanted to announce 2 weeks earlier, but we had to wait on the final details and the signing and Mad Lions to finally release him publicly. What is the deal with Humanoid? Why can't he be here tonight, for example?
Well, it was a really long negotiation. I have to say that regardless, I am quite happy that we have proven that talent can stay in Europe, and it has been a very good movement, obviously for us, but also I think it's positive that someone with his talent doesn't necessarily have to just go to NA, and I'm thankful to Mad Lions for regardless of, obviously it's a very complicated operation and being a long one, but it's really good that we can find out solutions for that. And the only thing is Mad Lions, because of some company reasons, they wanted to release him from 1st of January, and so we had to agree on a deal that he was going to be a player of Fnatic from the 1st of January. That means that obviously that's the reason why we cannot use him today and be here as a Fnatic player, because he still is not a Fnatic player, but he will be for the first week of LEC, of course, and everything is already done in terms of paperwork, so no concerns on that side. Everything is already solved, but effective day to start with everything will be 1st of January. So
I've had a couple of questions also in chat and on social media about the status of Niski, because obviously we've signed Humanoid to be the starting mid laner. Can you tell us what's happening with Niski?
Well, Niski will stay as a sub and probably will do a lot more content, of course, now that he has more time for that. I think Niski is an amazing player. I'm really sad, and the reality is that he is not only an amazing player on the Rift, but he is an amazing guy, a human being. It's a player that I really, really like. I'm sure that he is going to be back and he will have the opportunities that he deserves. But yeah, it's someone that I'm fully sure that he's going to try to stay in good shape. And after a spring split, there will be teams that probably they will feel that they need to take a step forward in the mid lane, and he will be that guy for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Shout out to my boy Niski. Anything else you want to say, Javi?
Thank you everyone for the support. I think
do the dance. Can you stand on your bed and do the dance? We're going to be joined by Wunder and Razork right now. Let's bring them right in. Let's start this thing. Hey guys, how's it going?
Hello.
Yo, what's up? Hello? Razork, he has a Fnatic shirt. What happened? How did you get one?
Because important people gets the jersey first.
Okay. Well, I mean, they haven't seen your Sensao yet, if that's what you're saying, but sure.
Already getting flamed by my top laner.
Oh, it's already spicy, guys. It's alright. So let's kick it off officially with a couple of questions. My first one for you guys is let's start with you, Razork. What does it mean for you to join Fnatic this year?
For me, it's like the beginning of a new era in my career as a player, because like when I joined the LEC, I was like, people were saying that I didn't have the level to be in the league, and then I proved myself that I deserve to be here and I'm a good player. And I tried my best to go to Worlds. We failed, and now joining Fnatic, for me it means that I make a step forward. So that's what basically means to me, that I will join such a big org as Fnatic with an insane roster that I'm really happy with, and I'm looking forward actually to go to Worlds and just prove myself that I deserve to be here.
Yeah, let's try and all make the trip over to NA at the end of the year, huh? All right, Wunder, what does it mean for you to join Fnatic? Now, obviously, you've been a part of our biggest rival, G2, for many, many years. Seen a lot of success there. Beat Fnatic a bunch of times in clutch moments. How does it feel for you to jump over and become part of that team that was always your rival?
Yeah, I mean, for me personally, even like a year ago, I would not have expected to end up on Fnatic, right? If someone was to ask me. I think it's just like a lot of, well, of course, the whole year I had last season has been, well, not as good. Obviously, we didn't make it to Worlds. We didn't like do as well as we wanted to in G2. Yeah, then there needs to be changes, right? And I would have wanted to make changes if I were to stay in the team, and I'm sure like that's the reason why all the other players who ended up staying in G2 wanted to make changes, and that's the reason I'm kind of looking for a different team, right? And well, in this off season, I kind of just wanted to play, right? I didn't want to just be a streamer for a year waiting for a team to come around, and I was really happy that, I mean, Fnatic came to me, because I think both the roster that we are that they came up with in the end is like a roster that can actually win, and that was like my number one priority. You have to be realistic that it can be hard, but I think as long as the roster is not full of people that have not been at Worlds before, or like not performed when it actually matters, I think you will realistically have a shot of winning Worlds, and that's why I'm also grateful that I could end up here at Fnatic.
Yeah, and we're more than happy to have you here. So next question, Todsins from Reddit. This one's for Razork. Does it feel different to join a roster of veterans, and does that take the pressure off you, and how different is it?
It's a hard question to answer right now, because like as I said, I didn't play enough with my team right now. It's kind of hard. I just want to feel what I need to do for the team, and then I will just adapt, because right now I don't think we found a place where we know what we have to do in every situation. We just are playing and trying to find our place in the team. So right now I don't know how to answer this question, but for sure, like going from a team with rookies and with young people to play with such a big names as my team right now is it adds extra pressure for for the official matches. Yeah.
And the next one's from Batsback, also a Twitter user for Wunder. Which team is Wunder looking forward to play against the most, and why is it G2?
I mean, there's like two big reasons that staying in Europe was at least a better option for me personally. Was, well, if I can win Europe, and I know a lot of people in Europe, it's of course a good thing to stay here. But the other one is that, well, I really want to smash G2, and yeah, I mean, this is the team where I can do it. I don't think G2's team is looking that strong, at least like player for player this year. I think there's like a lot of things that they for sure will have to work on, and they will not like it will surprise me at least if they come out as like the number one team, at least like in spring. And of course, like the other one is that, I mean, Fnatic and G2 has always been rivals, and I can't really speak to how that feels, because when I was on G2 I hadn't been on Fnatic, like Caps and Reckless for example, so I know how they really wanted to beat Fnatic once they came to G2. Now I guess I'm in their position, just the opposite. So it's probably gonna hit me when I'm about to play G2. I'm in the lobby with them and I'm like talking shit, as usual. Yeah, I mean, of course, they're the team I'm looking forward to play against the most.
All right, next question is from Vincent on Twitter for Wunder. Would you call this upcoming year a redemption arc for you? I mean, you mentioned before that it was a pretty disappointing 2021 for you. So are you hoping to obviously turn that around and do it with Fnatic?
I mean, I know that, of course, like both in public and I mean within G2, I mean, there's a reason that there was roster changes last year, right? That of course performance was not at a 100% for either like both from the team-wise and also individual players, and me included, of course. I think when it comes to like motivation and everything like this, it's never really been an issue. I think it's like very overplayed, at least like within the community, and a lot of my, I guess, former teammates has vouched for that, or at least like given their input. I think when it comes to just a redemption arc, I mean, now like anything but making worlds and anything but doing well at worlds is like a failure, to me at least, is how I see it. Like I've made it to worlds like in 2016, 2018, 2019, 2020, right? And missing it only 2 years of my career, which was last year. In that sense, you can say it's a redemption arc. I just think that for me personally, I still believe that I can be the best, or I am the best. I'm still holding on to that, and that's also one of the reasons why I joined Fnatic, right? I didn't want to like cash out. I don't think it's my time to do that yet. I want to play with the team that I believe can be the best, and the team that I believe can win, right? And yeah, I mean, in that sense, I guess it is my redemption arc this year, at least in the public, for the community, right?
Yeah, I mean, the LEC casters and analysts are going to have a field day with all the narratives coming out for 2022. So it's going to be pretty insane to watch. As soon as we announced this AMA and announced that you were going to be on it, there was like one question that kept popping up, and I didn't really understand why. Also in my DMs, people were like, you got to ask him this. So for every Spanish person out there, Razork, why do you hate poor people?
Okay, I mean, I need to tell this to people because they actually believe I hate poor people, and this meme, I don't know why, it's non-stop happening for 1 month, and I mean, I don't hate poor people. I'm just following the meme because you know how it goes with a meme. If you get offended by a meme, people will put it more, so I'm just following it, and hopefully it will stop eventually. But I don't hate poor people. It's just that Ibai was playing so much against us, and he was playing against me, and he was flaming everyone in our team, and he said that I hate people who earn less than 5k euros per month, and I don't know why people actually believe that. And all the time I put something, they are asking me why do I hate poor people. It's kind of funny, but some people actually believe that it's true. So I don't know what to say, man. Like I really don't know.
There you heard it here first, guys. Razork does not hate poor people. Guys, we're gonna actually bring on the rest of the squad now. All right, we've got some questions from social media throughout the day today. Yamato, the first one's for you.
Wait, what if I do it?
Yeah, you can do it.
Wait,
you can do it.
I need the tab to disappear. Okay, Yamato, we're seeing this Fnatic lineup for the first time. What do you think?
I'm fucking excited, man. I think we have a powerhouse of a roster. You want to walk into a season knowing you got a player in each position that can compete for the top position in the region, and I feel like I have 5 guys that can easily do that. So I'm super excited. We're starting to script. It's starting slow.
I mean, we just started. We just started like 5-0ing Vitality, right? Like, I rolled swapped into mid lane and like out space perks. Like, it was actually such a free win.
All right, cool. Upset, Elias, welcome. You can say 2021 was a pretty tumultuous year. What have you learned, and what do you hope to take away from this year going into 2022?
I've definitely learned a lot playing with Silly. Also learned some other things, I guess. But yeah, I think we were doing a lot of things right this year. At least me and Hilly in terms of how we were improving and stuff. So I think I know exactly what steps we need to do to have a good showing in the next year too. And this is the main thing I want to focus on.
All right, next question is for all of you. Maybe we start with you, Razork. What are your, I mean, a lot of people have asked this, what are your thoughts on preseason changes? I guess they want to know what to play because it's a little bit of a mess right now in preseason. So do you have any thoughts on the preseason changes with the Drakes and the new items and whatnot?
I mean, today I learned that taking Drakes is useless. So, I mean, that's probably main reason why in preseason taking Drakes is useless, because the bounties and stuff. Actually, I don't know. I feel like the crap will impact a bit in the competitive, because you can do more stuff as a jungler, but I have no clue, honestly. Like, we will see, because the patch will adapt, and I didn't play much in the preseason.
Wunder, any thoughts? Have you been playing much solo queue in the preseason?
Yeah, I mean, I've been on vacation for like 7 days, but besides that, I've been playing quite a bit. I don't know if I have any thoughts right now. Of course, like a lot is gonna change before like the season starts, right? There's of course some new champions. I mean, I was not at Worlds either, so there's the Worlds meta that people have been going through. Luckily for top lane, not a lot of it has stayed, it seems, and there's like just a lot of new things. And yeah, it's just about figuring it out, right? And we just started scrimming, so not everything is like so clear right now, but I'm sure it's gonna be when the split starts.
Upset Hilly, any thoughts on strong bot laners right now?
Actually,
You've been on holiday too, right?
Yeah, I haven't played League since like a month, I think, and a bit. So, I mean, basically since we left Worlds, I didn't really open the game too much. Maybe like I've played like 10 games in total.
I've seen you on the New World servers actually.
Yeah, I still play quite a lot, but I'm trying to get in shape, since it's started to become a time to be in a good shape. So a league is becoming more priority now. But yeah, I've been playing quite a bit of New World, and I've been enjoying it.
Upset, have you been playing in your time off?
Yeah, I've been playing a lot of League. I think still Lucian, Nami, Aphelios, Jinx, Draven are the best champs on bot lane.
This one's for Hilly and Wunder. Since 2018, you've both been on different sides of the Classico, Fnatic G2. How does it feel for you guys to know that you're going to be playing together now? Let's start with you, Wunder.
Yeah, I mean, for me, as I touched on earlier when it was just me and Razork, for me, it's mainly, the rivalry has mainly been fueled by the players coming from Fnatic into G2. So like Caps, for example, joining and really wanting to beat his former team. Of course, that gives like some added, I'd say like fuel or motivation for all his other teammates, because you really want to help your guy in the mid lane beating his former team, right? You don't want to let him down. So yeah, for me, it's always been kind of like this, where I have wanted to beat Fnatic for my teammates, basically. Of course, I want to beat every single team, right? And then it's grown more and more on me the more I've been on G2, since I mean, it's just in the public, it's just the biggest 2 teams, right? And I mean, playing with Huli now, I mean, I always thought Huli was, of course, like a good support, right? I had Miki as well, and it's always been like Miki and Hylissang, at least like throughout the years that I've played since 2018. Well, the 2 strong supports, and well, I'm happy that now that I don't get to play with Miki, I can get to play with Hylissang and experience how it is to play with him. There's always been like this kind of X factor about him, where of course sometimes maybe it looks weird or looks into what he's doing, but also a lot of times it can do really good things, right?
Yeah, it's a support thing, I guess. So Hilly,
It's a
any
small
thoughts
thing,
on any thoughts on us getting the G2 top laner from the past few years coming over and playing with you?
It feels really good to have the other way of the trade. Yeah, right? You get a G2 player, not Fnatic gets G2 gets Fnatic player. So I'm really happy that it's the other way around finally, and it feels really good. And also having Wunder as one of the most solid players in Europe as a top laner. So it's only respect, and I know that like for example all the top laners have struggled against Wunder the most from my experience, and us having him is it's a huge achievement, and I'm really happy about it.
And this is for everyone. Now, I think Razork, you've already answered this one, but what do you think the top 3 teams in the LEC will be? And do you think Fnatic can do damage versus the LPL and LCK teams at Worlds? So maybe we'll start with you, Yamato.
You're muted.
Oh.
All right. I was saying it's kind of tricky. Like I think coming into it, if I look at it unbiased, I feel like roster-wise, we come out the best. So yeah, that's us in the top 3. The other 2, I would say it's Vitality and probably G2. I don't know how Rogue will figure out their changes, because I think they lost a lot of their firepower, like losing Hansam and Inspired. I think those were the 2 strongest players on that team. And then Mad Lions, they lost their best player too. They just lost Humanoid like that. It's unfortunate. So it's tough for them, but always with the year, you never know how it plays out. I just feel like we have fantastic pieces to do serious damage. Like, to continue with the question, like in regards to LPL and LCK, like obviously it's very early to say, but I think we have so much experience on this roster already. If we manage to harness that, with good play, I think we can become very, very dangerous and reach, very, very high highs. And on a good day, if I try to imagine, 1 year playing out in my head, then I think we can do some serious damage at the World Championship.
Nice. And everyone else agree with that top 3? I see Razork and Hilly checking the rosters from all the teams.
I think the Fnatic Vitality top 2 is like definitely like the common consensus, I guess. I think when it comes to the 3rd spot, at least like before the split starts, I'd say it's a toss up between like G2 and Mat. I'd say both of them have some of their strong points continuing, and they also have some like X factors that don't really know if it's gonna work out or not. So I'd say the top 4 is like pretty much that. I'd say anything outside of the top 4, it would surprise me if let's say a Rogue or a Misfits make it into that conversation, but I mean it could happen, right?
Yeah, it's
Up
first
there
place
as well.
Fnatic, second place G2, third place Vitality.
Why is everyone telling Razork to dab? Why is
I
everyone
don't know.
telling you to dab?
I don't know, because they're
Wait,
saying
are you guys
that.
reading chat? I should read chat as well, actually.
Okay, next question comes from Florian Sanchez from Twitter, for everyone. How do you guys feel about being with each other for next year? Do you expect the atmosphere to be like... what do you expect the atmosphere to be like, as there are different players with different mentality and experience? Upset, maybe you can answer this one for us.
Well, I obviously don't know them too well yet, but my initial impression seems at least very good, or also from watching them play over the years. I feel like they want the same things as me as well, so I'm honestly very excited to have people that I at least think have the same mentality as me in my team. I think this will lead to just a lot less negative emotions overall in my experience playing with the boys.
All right, next question comes from FNC Yuna from Reddit. This one's for Hilly. How do you feel approaching this season without Whippo playing on your team? How do you think it will affect Fnatic's playstyle? So obviously, backstory, you and Whippo, good friends, been playing together for a while, and now he's gone to NA.
I don't know how to say. We're gonna see how it's gonna feel on stage at least, or what's gonna be the playstyle. But I mean, he's a good friend of mine. He still is. We're not gonna play in the Rift together, but it is what it is. Like it's his decision. I can't keep him up, and I like where I am, and he wasn't satisfied here, so he had to make his own decision, and I can't stop him, right? So I'm like, let's see how it's gonna be in the Rift without him, but I'm looking forward to see how it's gonna be without him. But I think we have strong voices in the team, and we can do on our own.
I can't wait to go 10-0 or 0-10 with Hilly, actually. It's gonna happen.
Jungle support running it down together.
Yeah.
And then there's
The
just
boys
upset
going.
trying to win. The boys.
Actually,
Alright.
you played with Bwipo in 3 different roles now that I think about it.
Yeah.
AD, jungle and top. Were you worried that he was gonna swap to support and that's why you kicked him in reality?
No, he said that that the list row that he wants to be at is support. So mid was Niski was the next victim.
Well,
It is what it is. One of the last questions to come through on social media is from Delusional Fnatic Fan. What a great name. Who do you
could be
consider
anyone.
your biggest rival? Who do you consider your biggest rival in 2022, and who is the dark horse in LEC Spring? So I think everyone can agree that Vitality will be the biggest rival. Are we all in agreement there? Any disagreeers?
Like strength-wise, probably.
Yeah.
I think it will be Excel probably.
You think it'll be XL? Okay. You can't even say it with a straight face, man. Come on.
You know.
And dark horse.
You know.
Dark horse. Name a dark horse.
Excel,
Wonder.
probably.
XL.
Excel.
Razor?
Yeah. We all agree with Excel.
XL. Yamato.
Excel, man.
Well, that brings us to the end of the show. We've run out of time. Thank you so much, Wunder, Razork, Yamato, Hilly, and Upset for joining us and answering our questions. I hope that you guys in chat got to find out a little bit more about the team. So yeah, thank you so much, guys, for taking your time to come on the show.
It was
Thank
our
you.
pleasure.
You're welcome.
Thank you.